What's going on to all you beautiful people out there in YouTube land? It is the werewolf himself without the fur. Probably the only hairless werewolf out there. And to my real werewolves out there, woo, 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 woo. Y'all know who I'm talking about. All right. Without further ado, the madman himself, Mr. James C. is my government name. Once again, breaking down the walls of illusion. I feel like that part in Willy Wonka was like they were in that crazy tunnel. Everything is spinning, everything. All right, sorry. All right, let's get to it. So as always, people, you know what to do. Hit that bell, like, subscribe for your main man here. I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to check out blacksite32.com so you can follow me on all my social media platforms. And thank you for the explosion of people joining. It's crazy. So thank you. I will be putting videos and posting. I'm pretty sure this is going to be my thing. I think the universe is finally delivered. And so I'm going to be putting it all on there as long as you guys want to see it and hear it. All right. So without further ado, skip all the tenacities and the veracities. Let's just get right to it. So we are on Wikipedia. And we have a list of U.S. states and territorial abbreviations. Now, since day one, we've been talking about how there's differences of jurisdiction. So let's take a look here. Several sets of codes and abbreviations are used to represent, now check this out, the political divisions. This doesn't say public, it doesn't say private, political. Now, we know that the political part is, in fact, the public. Whether it's federally owned or state controlled, but they don't own all the land. Okay? We do. They're holding it for us in trust. But right here, it straight out says these codes, meaning not all of them, but a majority of what we're going to see, represents the political division. Political is corporate, political is public, political is legal or jurisdictional. And this is going to mean on paper. So what this means is that they don't actually own it. This is an overlay. I'm just surprised that they even have the word political in there like that, but it is the political. So in other words, the corporate divisions that overlay the geographical United States of America. Notice how there's no America on the end here. Okay. So and here's another identifier for postal addresses, commercial, data processing, legal. And then I like it here, they go, oh, and by the way, then there's some general abbreviations and other purposes. I told you guys, this is how they do it. They're always going to put their stuff first, and then the insignificant other stuff, you know, America and whatever else, United States of Atlantis, on the end here. So yeah, general abbreviations, and then, you know, some other purposes. Really? There you go. That's how it is described. List of states and territories of the United States. This table includes abbreviations. Well, now let's see what they said. Now, remember up here, they just said the political division and then some data, postal stuff, and then general abbreviations, blah, 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 blah. But down here, it says this table includes abbreviations for the 3 independent countries. Didn't say that above. Related to the United States. So right there, there are 3 different, like I told you guys since day one, definitions of the term United States. That is the geographical, that is the political, and that is the corporation. Okay? Through compacts of free association. So they're all tied together through compacts of free association. which is an international agreement governing the relationship between the free association. So free. So they're going to mention something that's free in there. What is the free part? America. Between the United States, the corporation, and the 3 Pacific Islands sovereign states. So all of them all together. So now they're just mixing it all in there. Okay, but yes, they are all working with us. And other comparable postal abbreviations. So what do you mean? What do you mean other comparable? Including those now obsolete. Okay. So you've got ISO, International Standard, ANSI, U.S.P, blah, 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 GPO. But let's get to it here. So here they're saying in America, now notice the red, white, and blue flag pops up, no gold fringes. United States of America, commonly known as the United States, spelling. Oh, well, I guess, hold on. It says commonly known as the United States, which that's true, because that is one of the definitions of the United States. And then it says, or America. It's a country primarily located in North America, consists of the 50 states, a federal district, which is included as a member of us, but is not ours per se. 5 major unincorporated territories. So there's 5 places that are not federal and not state-owned. 9 minor outlying islands and 326 Indian reservations. So 326 recognized by the government Indian reservations are not, they're part of America, they're underneath the umbrella, but they're not owned by anybody but independent. All these things are independent. Federal district is independent, has their own constitution, and so do the 50 states on the Republic and the public side. So, under the United States of America, these are the proper names for the areas. But notice how they have this in pink here? Yeah, because this is not ours. What does that say? The federal district. Because see, this is the District of Columbia. So you've got Washington, and then there's D.C. Right here. Washington or D.C. Not the same 2 things. There's different jurisdictions in those 2 areas. Okay, so we look here. Alabama is a state. Doesn't say state of Alabama. So in America, Alabama is just Alabama. So the state of Alabama is a corporation, not a part of the United States of America, but underneath the federal jurisdiction. Now, what I find interesting is over here, in the U.S., they have the 2-digit abbreviation. So look. Okay. So you guys can see it up here. Now, the real USA, or if you want to call it the real U.S., say, for instance, right here, has the 3-digit or more abbreviation for each area, except for D.C. because, well, that they own their own thing. Everything else here is 3 or more definite, other than New York, which is N.Y. North Carolina, N.C. These are the original private de jure abbreviations that should be on your mail. Now, notice down here, the Armed Forces has theirs in the 2-digit. So let's go up, because we know that the U.S. Armed Forces is under the political side. So let's see what this column right here is. United States Postal Service. That's their stuff, because that's not the United States Post Office. And they use the 2-digit abbreviation. But the government printing office recognizes the republic of each state And so they go by the true republic and private side, which is the 3-digit abbreviation that represents the true America, true Alabama of the United States of America. So these 2-digit ones, these are United States Corporation. They have to have a difference in jurisdictional things like this so that it's not confusing. Let's take Illinois. Look at Illinois. So for those people who go, oh, that's semantics, Wolf. Okay, well then why on the U.S. section it's I, capital L, but then over here under what's the U.S. government, United Government Printing Office, they have it capital I, small l, and then a period. Why don't these have periods? Probably because they're not girls. I don't know. All right. But you know what I'm saying? So, like, look, you have to see these differences. This shows you no matter what you want to believe in or say, these are not the same jurisdictions. Kansas, KA, and then Kansas upper and lower with a period. Wisconsin, okay, the corporate side is WI. But here they're saying WS under United States Coast Guard. So the Coast Guard has their own jurisdiction, and they would express Wisconsin with WS. But over here, underneath these three, so let's check again what these last three are right here. Last three. So the United States of America can be printed U.S.A. The USAP, abbreviation from the AP Styles book. So this is the Associated Press. Ooh, this is fire. So the Associated Press Style Book, alternatively titled the Associated Press Style Book and Briefing on Law, Media Law, is a style and usage guide for American, where there's the word, not U.S. What does it say? What? Yeah. American English grammar. So in America, proper English and grammar, as so done by the Associated Press, recognizes for Wisconsin WISC, period. So Real Things America use the period. One letter capitalized and the rest lowercase. All corporate dead entities use all capitalized letters. So now what I've noticed is some of these courts, I believe, are actually in violation of their corporate statute by trying to switch the straw man's name into the upper and lower. And if they do that, they're leaving their maritime, corporate, foreign jurisdiction, and they're putting it under, or they're trying to put it under the government or America, and that's not their jurisdiction. So they're in violation of that. And they're trying to do it to get you to contract, not as a corporation, but as the living person. That's what they're trying to do. And they can't do that unless their charter has been reorganized to be under America. And well, hey, even if they have done that, which I highly doubt, but it's coming. You still have the right to not contract. There's no slavery in America, and forcing somebody to do something without their permission, unless they have defied some of their rights or done a capital crime, would be peonage, and that's a federal offense. 10 years in prison, $250,000 fine, starting. But there you go. Okay. And these are the apparently obsolete postal codes for these areas. Don't know what they're using now. Might be updated. Or, yeah. And here they're calling this a freely associated state. And they own themselves, but they're friends and operating under the protection of the United States. Commonwealths. Commonwealth is a term used by two unincorporated territories. Unincorporated means non-federal, non-state, private. So it's a private area of the United States, meaning they're underneath United States jurisdiction and protection, but they do their own thing. And look, in their full official names. So here where it says federal state, now let's take a look. A federation is a political entity. What? A politics, policy. Who runs policies? Corporations. So the federal state is a corporation. They are operating a trust, and the trust has been empowered with protecting us from any and everybody else, threats, foreign and domestic. But underneath them are the state ofs. So by a union of partially self-governing provinces and states. So what does that say? So the state of and the states are partially self-governing, or other regions under the central federal government, federalism, and a federation. The self-governing status of the component states, as well as the division of power between them and the central. So they all work together. So what the saying here is that this really should say state of Alabama. So you've got America, free, federal state, federation. This really should be the flag with, well, I guess they are operating under the United States flag. So the states, though, here are the ones with the state of with the fringes on the American looking flag. So Alabama, so state of Alabama on the federal side, 2-digit abbreviation. I mean, do you write your letters? I don't know what Mobile, comma, state of Alabama? No. You just put Alabama, but then you put the 2-digit abbreviation, which operates under this federal state. So that's their jurisdiction. All right, guys, that is it. Not a terribly long video, but just informative. There it is, all laid out. Yep, talks about the abbreviations, USPS, postal history, state abbreviations. Apparently, I looked at this back in 2011, so that's 10, 11 years ago. Looked at this one back in 2009. There you go. So that's it, guys. Take care. Check out blacksite32.com. Add me up on the social media platforms. You can do donations on Blacksite now. Thank you for all the people who have done donations and shout outs in their videos, YouTube channels, TikTok, and whatever else. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great one. And if not, make it great. Damn it.